Right, good morning, year two. This is Tuesday's maths lesson of week 3 of home learning. This one's a bit of a complicated one today. So as I've put in the lesson plans that you've all got access to, if you struggled with yesterday's work, then re-watch yesterday's video and have a go at the easier worksheet from today. So the easier worksheet from today is more of yesterday's work. If you want to do that, that's absolutely fine. However, if you did really well and you want a little bit more of a challenge and something that's a bit more mental mathsy that you can work through, then keep watching this video. It's entirely up to you. Okay? But like I say, if you struggled yesterday, please do have another go at yesterday's video. But I've got another worksheet with some different questions on, so you're not doing the same ones. Okay, right, so today we're going to do a bit more addition of 2-digit numbers where it either will or won't cross 10. Now, it doesn't really matter. You're doing the same thing essentially. This requires you to be quite good though with your mental addition. Okay? If you're not so good with your mental addition, I recommend getting yourself a number line out or 100 square to help you to make those connections because you're going to need to do this. So talk you through what you're going to be doing on the worksheet. So say I have a question like this. 31 add 24. Now, what we're going to do today is we're going to look at how we partition up these numbers. Okay, so for example, in 31, we've got 2 parts, haven't we? We've got the tens part, which is 30. Now remember, it's 3 tens, but that's not 3. That means 30, doesn't it? 3 tens. And it's got the ones part, which of course is 1 on its own. Okay? Now in 24, we can partition that up as well. So 24 is made up of 20, because that's 2 tens. That's what that 2 means. And 4 ones. Okay? Now we've got this in place, we can use these parts, and you might be able to do this mentally without actually making the part whole models for it, and that's fine if you can. We're going to work out how we can solve this problem. Now we need to do it in 3 steps. First of all, what we're going to do is we're going to add the ones together of both numbers. Okay, so we're going to basically be adding this part and this part together. So we're going to be adding the ones. Okay, so I'm just going to start from the first number. So I'm going to start with this one and then add that one. So that's the order I'm doing it in. So the ones we've got, well, we've got 1, 1, add 4 ones. And then you just need to tell me what it is. 1 add 4 should be really easy to do. Use your number line if you have to, but you should be able to do this. Okay, 1 add 4 is, that's right, it's 5. Then we need to add the tens of each number. So this part and this part. Okay, so we're adding the tens. And we've got 30 in the first number. Add 20 in the second number. Now remember what we learned in school. 30 add 20 is the same as 3 add 2, but it's going to be 10 times bigger, isn't it? So if 3 add 2 is 5, then 30 add 20 is going to be, that's right, 50. Okay, so now we've got our both parts. We've got our ones total, so we've added up all the ones, and we've got our tens total, where we've added up all the tens. Now what we need to do is we need to put them back together. Now you might be able to do this really, really easily. Okay, 50 add 5 is what we're going to do, because we're going to add these 2 parts together. So we're doing, and we're just going to write tens and ones total. So we're going to do 5 add 50, which is the same as 50 add 5, and that's going to give us 55. So our answer to 31 add 24 is 55. Now it's quite long-winded to do this, but as you get better at it, you won't need to do all these part whole models at the top, and you might not actually have to write down each part. You might need to do it in your head. Now again, that one's quite easy because it's two ones numbers which are not bigger than 10. So what happens if they are bigger than 10? Well, let's have a look. So say we had one like this. 46 add 37. Okay, so again, you can either do this on the sheet. I would recommend it if it's on the sheet for you to do, but if it's not, you don't have to. Partition it up. So if you want to do it on, draw it down, you can. If you want to do it in your head, you can. So 46, well, that's got a 4 at the start. We know that that 4 means 40, don't we? And it's got a 6 as its second digit, which we know is 6 ones. Then we've also got 37, which has got a 3 at the start, which means it's 30. And a 7 as its second digit, which means 7 ones. So we've got 40 and 6 and 30 and 7. So again, you might be able to do that in your head. Most of us should be able to do that on our head, but if you struggle, it's always good to write it down. And then what we need to do, again, first thing we're going to do is we're going to add the ones together. We always start with the ones when we do this method. It doesn't really matter. You can start with the tens, but I just find it easier. And it helps you for when we get onto column addition in year 3. So we're going to add those ones. Now, they're a bit harder to add today, these ones, because we've got 6, add 7. So use whatever method you can to help you. So I would use that in my head, getting to 10 number. So I know that 6 add 4 gives me 10. And then I need an extra 3 to make the 7. So that's going to give me 13. You could count on your head. So put 6 in your head, count on an extra 7. 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Use a number line, however you can do that. 6 add 7 is 13. Then we need to add the tens. And we know that the tens are 40 and 30. So we're going to write 40 add 30 equals, so we've got 4 and 3 there, haven't we? What would 4 and 3 be? It'd be 7, wouldn't it? So 40 and 30 has to be 70 because it's 10 times bigger. Then finally, we need to add the tens and the ones together. So these two parts. So I'm going to put the tens first for this because I find it easier. 70 add 13. Well, I can do this quite easily, even though it looks quite hard. Because I know that 70 add 10, which is the one part here in 13, will give me 80. Then I can add on the 3 to make 83. So 46 add 37 is 83. Okay. I'm going to go through one more with you, just to show you how to do it now. Remember, this requires quite a lot of mental addition to do this, and you can simplify it. And I'll show you on the one after this one how to simplify it. So say I had one like this. Let's think. 15 add 58. So again, partition my numbers up. 15 is made up of 10 and 5, and 58 is made up of 50 and 8. Not very good 8, sorry about that. So now we've done the hard part. We're going to add the ones together first of all. I'm not going to write the, in fact, I will write the word ones again just to help you. Add the ones first. And our ones are 5 add 8. Now 5 add 8 is quite hard to do in that order. So I'm going to start with the 8, put 8 in my head, count on till I get to, well, count on 5 more, okay? 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. So 13 again. Or you might do it, 8 in your head, 2 to get to 10, and that leaves you with 3 left over, which takes you to 13. Then you're going to add on your tens, which is 10 add 50. Again, I would start with 50 because it's the bigger number. So 50 is 5 tens. So 5 add 1, which is 1 10, would give you 6. So 6 tens is 60, isn't it? And then our final step, we need to add the tens and the ones totals together. So tens and 1s. Again, I'm going to put the 10s first here because it's easier. 60 add 13. So I know that 6 add 1 is 7. And I know that if I've got 70 and I add 3 to it, which is this part, I'm going to get 73. Okay, hope that helps. So last time, if you had one and you wanted to do it mentally, which you might get onto if you get onto like the extension worksheets or the challenges, all you need to do, you don't need to partition it up. You can just do it if you can do it easier. So say, for example, we had 58 add 28 equals. Now, if you don't want to part whole it up, then you know, first of all, that you've got 8 1s and 8 1s. So 8 add 8 equals, well, 8 in my head, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13, 14, 15, 16. Or you could do 8, 2 to get to 10, because we're always trying to make 10, aren't we? And then we need an extra 6 to get to 16. Then I'm going to add my 10s together. 50 add 20. So 5 add 2 is 7. So 50 add 20 is 70. Then I'm going to add these two parts together, which will give me my total. 70 add 16 equals, well, 7 add 1 is 8. So 70 add 10 is 80. Then add the 6 on, 86. Okay. Hope this was useful, year 2. I hope it helps. I hope it doesn't make things too complicated. Bye, good luck. Oh, sorry, I'll talk you through the activities. So you've got the worksheet, you need to just work through all those activities. Follow this method. If you find you can do it quicker, that's fine, but try and follow it for at least the first few. Okay, I've color coded it to make it a little bit easier to start you off. So it's better if you can print it in color if possible. The extension activity, if you choose to do it, is a reasoning activity. So read each question and think about what you need to do. That's quite tricky, but give it a good go. See you tomorrow.